What up, though, y'all? It's Chris, broadcasting from the D, out here making a few runs and getting them 10,000 steps in. But of course, your boy got to kick it with y'all. So recently, there was this X account that it's called LA Scanner. Now, the irony of this is that the guy running the account is not from LA. So it's one thing to be doing a scanner for your own city, but being a scanner for another one, that's some grift and stuff if ever there was. But nonetheless, he was running a LA Scanner account, and he was doxing not only the hotel that ICE agents were staying at, but he was also doxing their home addresses. Now, needless to say, this is extremely dangerous. Like, that's some clown stuff if ever there was one. Because first off, the ICE agents, they're just doing a job that they're being paid to do. You don't know what their beliefs are personally. They're performing a job. But secondly, you're giving up the locations of their homes where their families are. You don't know if they have small children or what. So this was some absolutely disgusting behavior. And so people took issue with that, and they decided to dox him. They decided to expose his personal information. And he didn't like that very much. But I'm going to read off to you guys a little bit of his activities. All right, so here's some of the things that he was posting on X before he got exposed. And I just happened to find a bench, so here we go. Let's get into it. This post here says, if this account gets banned, you can stay updated by following my personal page, which is Jack Quillin TV. So apparently that's his name. So he put his own name out there. And from there, I guess that's pretty much how the people who doxed him got a hold of his personal information, because he was fool enough to put his own name out there. You know, if you're going to put your name out there, don't do stuff like this, because people are going to take revenge. Here's another one. Confirmed uniformed federal agent sighting. And he had the address. So obviously I'm not going to read the address. Here's another one. I genuinely hope this doesn't end in anyone losing their life, but it's starting to feel like it. So putting people's addresses out there in this form or fashion, putting people's address out there with the hope that people will show up there with ill intent. He's saying he hoped it doesn't end in someone losing their life. Okay, but it feels like it. I mean, was this not your intent? And he had this one here. LA 25 riots are getting wild. They put wild in all capitals. So if you're me and you read that, you're taking some sort of delight from what's happening and how you are playing a part in it. This one right here says, a recent tweet of mine was flagged as a violation of X rules. While I disagree with the decision, I've removed the tweet to avoid further issues with my account due to platform policy. I'm unable to discuss the content, but I stand by what I said. So this guy, what he's doing, he's not apologetic of it. He is doubling down on what he's doing. And then there's this. All information was obtained legally, and I will not reveal my sources. Tripling down on stupid. All right, tripling down on stupid. So he ends up getting doxxed, and some people show up at his door. And as gleeful as it seemed like he was for the prospect of this happening to other people, he seems horrified by this happening to him. And so he issued this statement, and I'm going to read that to you. I want to issue a formal apology. I should not have posted the locations of ICE raids, and I will no longer do so. I've contacted the authorities to take responsibility, and they are currently reviewing my account to determine if any laws were broken. If it's found that I have violated the law, I will cooperate fully and turn myself in. To those targeting my family, please, I'm begging you to stop. They have done nothing wrong and do not deserve to be dragged into this. The anger should be directed at me, not them. Someone has already come to my home, pounding on my door and demanding to confront me. This has gone too far. To anyone I may have put at risk, I sincerely apologize. That was never my intention. All right. You did not mean to put anybody in harm's risk, yet you were posting their names and addresses of not only where they were staying at, hotels that they were staying at, but where they actually live at, where their families are. But you didn't intend to put anybody in harm's way. I also found it absolutely absurd of him saying, those targeting my family, please, I'm begging you to stop. They've done nothing wrong. What about the families of the ICE agents? They've done nothing wrong. The ICE agents themselves, have they done anything wrong? They're upholding the standard of living, or at least trying to, that we expect them to. They are upholding a standard that we expect. Many people don't want illegals here. Myself is one of them. The ICE agents, whether they believe in that or not, they're being employed to uphold a standard of American living. And so are they doing anything wrong with that? Just because you don't agree with what someone is doing doesn't mean what they're doing is wrong. So for him to say that my family hasn't done anything wrong, your anger should be at me. Where were any of these thoughts when it came to the ICE agents? The very same thing that he's talking about, why didn't he apply that to the families of the ICE agents? Like, why? Why is it only going too far now that it is your family that is suffering because of your actions? Because, I'm gonna be 100 with y'all. I don't feel sorry for this guy, not even in the slightest. This is one of the most entertaining instances of fuck around, find out that I've ever seen. And I've seen some pretty good ones. But you have a guy that's out there doxing people and thinking it's funny. He's doubling and tripling down on stupid. The messages that he's posting, they're so fucking smug. He's so self-righteous in what he believes to be true. And gives no F's about the families of the people that he's doxing. Like, you don't know who is that. They can have an elderly sick mother and father there. They can have small children there. And you wanted angry people to show up knocking on their door. And because you've gotten a taste of what you were serving, you're frightened. It's gone too far. So insanity and foolery at its absolute freaking best. If not feeling sorry for this guy makes me an asshole or whatever, well, whatever. Then today we an asshole, because I'm not at all. I think this is very much deservedly so. If you're gonna dox somebody, I don't support doxing. All right, let me just throw it out there. I don't support doxing. But if you're gonna dox somebody else, I don't mind that you get doxed. Like, really, I don't. I think that putting people's personal information out there because you don't agree with something that they said on the internet or something that they're doing or whatever is ridiculous. But if you're going to go and do that to somebody else, then I no longer care about you being doxxed. So I think that this was deserved. It's unfortunate that his family has been exposed, but they've been exposed by his actions. He should have considered that this would be an outcome before doing what he did. And I seen what the guy looked like. You guys, you could Google and see what he looks like. I'm not trying to body shame nobody, but he looks like somebody that'll be caught up doing some stupid stuff like this. I'll just say that. That's the least shaming way I could put it. If you see what this guy looks like, you'll be like, yup, of course. I'm gonna leave it there though, you guys. Hit me in them comments, man. Hit me with a like if you like what I do. Hit me with a sub if you like what I do. And I see as of today, like a couple hours ago, we crossed 7,000. So damn, you crazy MFers, you, man. I love it though. Let me go ahead and get out here and keep stepping. I'll holler at y'all soon. Peace.